Ladies and gentlemen, the man who put the beat in the Beatles, Pete Best!
Right. Anyway, before I start revealing the reveal, I'd just like to say it's lovely to see all your faces again after an absence from me of about 2.5 years. So, thank you for coming. Okay. But, the reveal today, it's great, isn't it? The reveal today. I'll tell you a little story just to give you a little bit of background information. As you all know, I joined a band in August 1960, a little band called the Beatles. And we went out to Germany in August 1960 and we played the Indra Club. We closed that one down after a month because we were playing too loud. And then we got moved to the Kaiserkeller. And we should have been out there a month. And Bruno Koschmider, who was the manager of the Kaiserkeller, kept extending the contract. We didn't mind because we were getting booze and beds and women. We were loving it, okay? We were 17, 18-year-olds. And it was another education for us. But what we did talk about between ourselves was that regardless of what was going on in Germany, we wanted to be back home for Christmas. Okay, we'd been away since August. This was now starting to be in the middle of November. So it was like, okay, regardless of whether we get extended again, we're going home for Christmas and then we'll see what happens. So I turned around and went, I'm going to start promoting the Beatles in Liverpool. And I wrote to Neil and turned around and said, keep it under your hat, we're going to be coming home for Christmas, but I want you to do some posters. And I said, just basically tease the public. Don't let them know who the Beatles are, but just turn around and say, they are coming. Watch out for them. So he did. We got back a lot quicker than what we anticipated, because when we turned around and told Bruno Koschmider that we were going to the top 10 club, he turned around and went, you will never work Germany again. To which we went. All of a sudden George was sent home for being underage. Pete and Paul get sent home for allegedly trying to burn the Bambino down. We didn't succeed, thank God. And a couple of days after that, John said, to hell with this, I'm going home. The only one who was happy to stay was Stu, because he'd fallen in love with Astrid. The beautiful Astrid Kirche, the mysterious and lovely woman. Anyway, we landed back home. Neil had started making the posters, like I turned around and said. He'd made 2 of each. Hadn't started to put them up in the Casbah yet because we took them all by surprise. And I came back home, saw them, and the complete set was there in duplicate. So I took one complete set and I kept that for my scrapbook. And that was 1960, okay. And I've had them ever since. So, what happened was, as I kept them, right, and I kept looking at them, it came to today and I had to wear with Rogue, and I basically turned around and said, Rogue, no good letting me look at them in my little vault where I got my other little bits and pieces. So it's about time we broke this out into the world. And basically what it is, this complete set of posters is, I'm very proud to say, the only complete set of posters promoting the Beatles for the very first time for the very first gig in Liverpool after the return from Hamburg. And it is, I'm very proud again to say, the only complete set in the whole wide world. Okay? Now I've kept them for 60 odd years. I'm not going to keep them anymore. I'm going to reveal them to you. Right? And I think as I reveal them, you'll see the importance of them. And then afterwards you can get up close and know what I was talking about. So, and the kids in the Casbah turned around and went, hang on a minute. They're supposed to be the Beatles. That's John, George and Paul. He used to be in the Quarrymen. Aye, what's going on? Next minute, Pete and Chaz Newby, who was standing in for Stu Sutcliffe, who had stayed behind for a little while because of Astrid Casey. And who would have stayed behind? Astrid Casey. Again, it was the same thing. Hang on a minute. That's Pete and Chaz from the Blackjacks. Mona? Who are these Beatles? She turned around and said, be patient, be patient. I've heard great things about them. Listen to them play. And we did. And we kicked off, played the first number. At the end of the first number, quiet. And we looked at one another and we went, my God, what's happened? And the next minute, the place erupted, right? They all dashed to the back to see Mona and turn around and said, Mo, they're absolutely fabulous. You got to book them again? She said, I will do. Be patient. Okay, December the 26th. It didn't. It started at the Casbah on December the 19th. And the reason for that, and I stress this, okay, Mo opened up the Casbah on December the 26th. The place was empty because the whole Casbah audience and membership had gone to Litherland Town Hall to watch us perform at Litherland Town Hall. So, Beatlemania didn't start at Litherland Town Hall. It started at the Casbah, and it went on to sweep the world. And that really is the history of these three posters. I say that again, the complete set, the only set that still remains in the whole wide world today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and please enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name's Simon, and I run a drum show in Coventry, a vintage drum show, Simon John's Vintage Drum Show. I actually came to the museum in 2019 and briefly spoke to Pete, but he won't remember that. No, you won't remember that. But we did have a brief chat, and I wanted to actually get a drum commissioned to commemorate the Beatles going to Hamburg. But unfortunately, the pandemic got in the way, and it didn't really happen. Got the drum made by Checker Plate Drums. A guy called Steve Punson made the drum. And I must thank Rogue because he actually helped with some of the images, which will make sense when you see the drum. Just love to present this to you now because you're part of the best rock and roll story in the history of the world, and it's just amazing. So I'm just going to put this mic on here and do the reveal for this. Okay?
Wow. Enjoy.
There's
You're welcome. The name badge on that as well.
Museum, and I am joined by the original Beatles drummer, Pete Best. Pete, First of all, pleasure and honour to meet you, but we're here for a very important reason. Tell us why we're here today.
Yeah, basically it's the reveal of a set of roosters, a complete set of roosters, which you never been seen before, and it's the only complete set of all.
Yeah, brilliant.
And it's to do with the first performance by Beatles in Liverpool.
I'll get out everyone else's way. Get in.
A big hello to the Beatles fans from across the universe. I'm Rogue Best, talking to you from the Liverpool Beatles Museum. Have a great time.
Hi, I'm Simon John from the Simon John's Vintage Drum Show. Had this drum commissioned for Pete Best, and it's to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the Beatles going to Hamburg for the first time. The name badge, it's got Pete's signature on. It's cut from a Zildjian symbol, and obviously images are from that period. We've got the Casbah there. It's Pete and his mum and the boys, and yeah, I hope it's presented to Pete today. Hopefully he likes it.
Who's Mona Best? Mona Best is known as being the mother of Mersey Beat and the world's first female rock and roll promoter. She opened Liverpool's first, you know. And then he goes, Alexa, who's Pete Best? Pete Best is famous for being the original Beatles drummers and such and such. Alexa, who's Rogue Best? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. So he goes, Alexa, who's Rogue Best? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Everyone's falling around laughing. And then he goes, Alexa, who's Pete Best's brother? Pete Best's brother is Rogue Best. He goes,